Hey everybody, Angelo from the T-Squad RV family. We are here in my RV. We are finally camping. So you may notice from the video that it is over an hour and a half long. There is a reason for that. I got an idea. So here I am camping, and a gentleman outside a few doors over walked over and was asking me about the Hensley, and I was going over it with the Hensley, and he opened up his phone. He said, "Where's that video?" So he opened it up and he was trying to find it. And since it's like a couple years old videos, like it started like maybe 3 years ago, it is hard to find unless you go to the playlist. And once you hit the playlist, it's like several down from there. I think you have places visited, vlogs, and then you have the Hensley Hitch, and then you have the add-ons for the RV. So that being said, it took them a while to find the Hensley videos. Even though I have a playlist for it, it took them a while. So I asked a friend of mine, and I said, "Hey, do me a favor. Log into my T-Squad RV YouTube channel. Just try to find my Hensley Hitch." And he did, and he told me the exact same thing, that it took a while to find it. That being said, all that being said, I have an idea. I thought it would be best to make a video, even though it's an hour and 35-40 minutes long. I have no idea yet. I decided to make a video of all my Hensley Hitch videos, all put together in one. Two reasons. One, it'll throw it out there, and anybody that could see it, instead of releasing all of them one at a time, I'll just release it all in this large capacity hour and a half video, and then in the description down below you can click on which video you'd like to see. So this way it shoots it out there for those who are interested in watching my Hensley videos. By the way, if you have not subscribed, please do so at the end of this video, of course. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, hit that bell, and you will get notified for videos like this. It is raining. What is up with me doing videos? Why, it's raining. It's okay. It's nice and quiet. I got a new roof, completely resealed. If you have not watched that video, please go back after this video, of course, and watch that video. So grab a box of popcorn, or how do you say it? So grab a bag of popcorn, grab that drink, no matter what it is, sit back, let me show you the videos of my Hensley Hitch videos for the past few years. So by the way, every time you go in between a video, you're probably going to get tired of it, and it's probably going to say, "Hey, if you have not subscribed, please do so by hitting that subscribe button." That's just because the video is already made. It's already on my channel, and we're basically just rebroadcasting it. So I just wanted to say, personally, right now, sitting in my RV, thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for watching this video. And do me a favor, share this with everybody you can. We do not only have the Hensley Hitch videos, but we have over 100 videos on our on our YouTube channel that, you know, it can hit anybody at different levels, like campsites, air conditioning install, and even more from that. So please share my channel out if you could, and let them know that who sent them, and I appreciate it. So let's get to these videos. My name is Angelo from T-Squad RVing. Today, this is the day. I'm not talking about the heat and the dark shirt and the heat and the humid. I'm talking about today is the day we install the Hensley Hitch. Stay tuned, here we go. So let's start by talking about, I don't know what packages they have. I just was talking to someone at the Hensley Corporation, and they led me in the right direction on what package I would need. So you probably would need to contact somebody, and I'll put the description and the link down below. I personally spoke with Terry, which is on the YouTube video, and I watched his YouTube videos, and I'll actually put his video down below as well. Terry is awesome. So anyways, so the package that I got came with these two ultimate tire chucks. Now, if you've seen these are basically, they go between the tires, so it doesn't allow the RV to sway back and forth as you're walking. Or you can use the chucks. Well, Hensley provides these. Like I said, I don't know what package you're gonna get, but Hensley provides these. So basically they come 2 of them, 1 on each side. So you're just gonna put it in here. Take me a second to adjust. Put it between the tires, like that. Just enough where it's snug. Hensley does provide this as well. So basically what you have here is the IC jack kits. Okay, so I could be wrong. It could be that it's under the description. It's actually called standard and IC jack kits. Assemble. I thought I would put this. This is number 1. You need to put this in your vehicle. This vehicle came with a 2.5-inch receiver. Basically, I got a conversion. I went from 2.5 inches to 2 inches, and then this goes down. Hensley does provide this along with these clips. So this is the number 1 thing you have to do, is put this in your vehicle, and then put your pin. Make sure everything's safe and sound. Once this is installed and you throw your lubricant on there, the only reason I throw the lubricant is in case when you're going in and out of campsites, this tends to stick a little bit because the metal's on metal, so you want to lubricate. And I like this stuff because it's clear. You're not messing with dirty grease when you're camping, and trust me, I've done it before and I didn't like it. So you're going to lubricate this, and then you're going to throw this main one right on like that. You have 2, 1 on each side. You see how that does not go? Hensley gives you a special tool to use, and it's this big wrench. You might have to adjust these. These are not adjusted. These are adjusted already, but adjusted, they turn to loosen and opposite turn to tighten. So let's see. You just a nudge. You don't even have to make it too tight. So I'm just gonna nudge it. That might be 1 too tight, so I'm gonna loosen it just a little bit. Perfect. We're gonna do the other side. Perfect. Don't forget to put these clips. Goes over like that. Over like that. This is assembled. Let's move on to the RV. So now that we got the main hitch assembly and the OCLs are latched in with the security pins, once that's all set, you're gonna come here, and like I said, I installed this before I started this, so I really didn't feel like taking it off. So just remember, these 3 holes, just make sure it's facing forward on both sides, like that. You're gonna measure from the center of the hitch ball to here. 25 1/4, 25 1/2. I think they give you that 1/4 or 1/2 inch, give or take. So you're gonna assemble the 2 U-bolt frame brackets. 1 here, 1 here. Once you install the U-bolt brackets, go ahead and tighten it, get the screws, tighten them up. For now, these 2 screws right here, you're allowed to choose 2 holes. Me, it was easier for me to choose this one and this one. A lot of people choose this back one here, and there's another one, or you could choose the one over there. I chose these 2 because it was easier. So once your U-bolt, your bracket assembly and your U-bolts are screwed in, good to go, a little hand tightened, you could actually tighten them now, but don't drill your holes. Once this is installed, we are going to be ready to back up the truck into the hitch. Let's talk about grease. Before you put your ball to the main hitch, this is going to be almost permanent until you take it off like I did. So basically, you're going to put a lot of grease on that, and that could be the old greasy stuff because nobody's going to ever get near it and touch it. Right above here, snap it in, and you're done for now. So let's go ahead and back that thing up. Let's make sure this is level. And I think we're good right there. So let's do it. Good? Yep. All right, now that we're on it, let's drop it. We're good. So that's that. So let's put a lock on it. I like putting a lock. I don't like putting the pin. And don't lose the key. You know what's going to happen now that I said that, Richie? Don't lose the key. I'm definitely gonna make another key, and we're gonna keep it in your drawer, because now that I said that, that's locked. We're good. Let's move on to the next step. I'm putting a little grease on here because metal to metal needs to be greased. It's right here. Make sure this is facing backwards. Okay, Richie?
I think so. Yeah.
It's like I'm talking to you, you know. So, facing backwards, they give you this little lock thing, and this is where your Allen wrench is going to come in handy. 11, what is this? 11/16ths, Richie?
3/16.
3/16ths, 11/16ths. What am I thinking? So basically, you have a 3/16ths Allen wrench, and you're going to tighten it. Perfect. Let's go do the next one. Now that we're done with the other side, I got some grease. We'll put it here for this side. Remember, metal to metal does not go good. You'll hear the squeaking noises. Just like that. Make sure both ends are tightened. The Allen wrench is done for now. Change your gloves, get rid of this greasy stuff. So making sure that you set your torque bar to the appropriate pounds. Once you hear that little snap, that means it's good. So this side is good. I'm gonna go torque wrench the other side. All right, so once you torque it to 45 foot-pounds, you're gonna go ahead and drill your 2 holes where you think it's gonna be easy. Like I said, I chose these screws that they provided, and I just basically just screwed them in both sides. So like I said, make sure that you are able to clip. Oh, I did that wrong, Richie. We gotta redo the other side. So you have this little tiny nail right there, which needs to be facing up, because when you close this, there needs to be a lock so it doesn't slide. So let's go ahead and install this first. There's your pin. Put your pin through. So they say you can put it in either of these 3 holes. You have to make sure that, let me just clip this in there so it's not falling back and forth. You have to make sure that it's like even with your trailer, or the top of your trailer here. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with the top. I think I'm gonna go top. We'll put that right in there like that. With the pin, that's done. I do want to say one thing. If you are having trouble putting your pins in, this pin or the front pin, this little thing right here with the screw, unscrew it. See how it's getting tighter and tighter, and it won't move? So if it does not match your holes, just go ahead and unscrew it, and you can just do it like that. I'm gonna go do the other side. Just make sure your nail is up and clipped in. We're not done yet. So we're ready to do this side. Here's your 2 pins and your clips. So like I said on the other side, make sure that this little, I don't know, you call it a nail or support, make sure that is forward. Put your pins in. Remember the other side I said I was going to choose the top? I am going to use the top on this side too. Can't see, my glasses are, I had to take my glasses off. Put the pin in, make sure it's secured. Okay. So now we have the spring bars. Make sure you grease these because, yeah, make sure you grease these. I'm gonna grease both at the same time this way. So we have our spring bars installed. Once they snap in, you gotta make sure they don't fall, okay? So depending on your truck and your position, and like I said, always read directions, but mine is positioned 3 holes that are free. I know that I've watched a couple YouTube videos and they had 2 holes, but since mine is even with the bar, I'm gonna go ahead and use keep 3 holes open. So once I install that, this should be sloppy like that, so don't worry. I'm gonna do the other side. Done. No hiccups, no problem. One step at a time, you can do it. I'm gonna show you how to tighten it now and making sure that this Hensley works the way it should work. All right, so this is a good time to make sure these are tightened, but these need to be equally spaced to make sure that everything's symmetric and ready to roll. So just double check all your pins, make sure all your pins are in. So making these 2 symmetrical, you might have to unloosen one and tighten the other. You go to the other side and tighten the other side. And you see how I just tighten that. So that's that. A little bit more here. And that's getting good right there. So when you want to tighten them, I hand tighten them. That sounds good. And then I go back and just do it once. And then make sure you slide this over. Clip it in so it's not going nowhere. Same with this one. Hand tighten. I already did that. Clip it over. These 2 are done. So these right here should be sloppy. So before you release the tension off the hitch, tighten these up. Other side. Should be sloppy. Good, I'm going to do the other side again. I'm going to go back and forth until I feel we are good. Like I said, Hensley provides you with these tools and this extra bag of miscellaneous parts just in case you're losing a part or something goes wrong. You can just go in your bag here and find them. One thing I didn't talk about was this little tool here. Hensley provides those wrenches, which is great. You could buy one of these. You read directions on the Hensley manual, you'll breeze right through this like I did. I want to say this took us, would you say like 30 minutes, 40 minutes? My tank cover on, I'm gonna put the bungee on it, make sure it doesn't fly off. But we are good to go. Well, there you have it. A Hensley hitch installed. It was very exciting to do it for the second time myself. It actually was easier for me to do it the second time. So one thing I want to touch base was, if you have any questions, and I'll put the link down below, their website, you can just go directly to them. That being said, I want to say thank you for joining me. I hope this video was helpful because I'm trying to create these kind of videos to educate you guys, just like there was other videos out there that helped me do this as well. So subscribe if you have not, and I want to say thank you for all those subscribers that are subscribing right now, and thumbs up if you can, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for joining me. Hey everybody, Angelo from T Squad RVing. Today I am so excited to bring to you, I've been getting a lot of requests on how do I connect my truck to my Hensley Hitch, which the Hensley Hitch is on the Grand Design reflection, and how do we adjust, how do we use the sway bars, how do we do everything. And today I'm hoping to show you what my process is, and maybe you can take my process and try to use it for yours and see if it works, because every scenario is different. So today I am going to hook up the Grand Design onto my Dodge Ram. Now, we do not pull the RV with our Dodge Ram. We used to in the beginning of the season. And towards the end of the season, we actually switched vehicles to our F250 Super Duty 6.2 liter, which is a bigger unit. It's a 3/4 ton. It definitely not the half ton that we pull with, even though we did some upgrades on this, that this is able to pull this. We are right there at the threshold of 1,000 pounds. So that's why we chose to pull our Grand Design with our F250. But today, I want to hook up the Grand Design to the Dodge Ram. The Ram makes no difference in how you're hooking up the Hensley. It's how you hook up the Hensley that makes the difference. So thank you for visiting our channel, T Squad RVing, and I hope you stick with us through this video, and I hope this video helps you. So you'll see this orange cover here. This orange cover is provided to you if you buy the Hensley Hitch from the Hensley Hitch Company. I'm not sure if it comes with every package, but we chose a package I should say, and it came with our package. So I keep this on here to keep the weather out of it, even though you can't 100% keep the weather out of it. Basically it's over and just protects like just everything. I mean, so this way no water gets in it. But you know what, 50% of the time I'm driving in rain, all this is weathered already, and you can see a little bit of rust already in the Hensley Hitch is only 6 months old, I think. So notice I have a 5-gallon bucket on here. Well, just for a few things. I like to put stuff in it in case it's just sitting here and I have a place to put items. So I have this here for two reasons. One is to keep my chains off the ground, and then one is to protect the motor for the up and down, to adjust it up and down. So let me show you. I just basically take the chains and I hook it up to the 5-gallon bucket handle, and I actually used a bucket from Home Depot and I sprayed it black. So there's the bucket, and I have a sleeve that goes over my control box that lifts the RV up and down. So I'll take that off real quick, and like I said, I'll use the bucket and I'll put everything in there. So we'll take the stinger, we'll put it inside my hitch, we'll put the pin in it, we'll secure it. So we have the stinger in place. We have your two clips here. Just leave them in until you're ready to clip it, because you don't want to lose them. I like to take a little level with a magnet on the end, put it like that. And what you want is it to be level this way. Not so much this way, but this way, because you want it a square to be square to go in. We'll talk about this way in a second. So what I do is I put the level, looks like I'm down a little bit, but if you take it and lift, I'm actually pretty good. But I'm gonna fix it a little bit. So I have my drill here. You see how that's lifting up? I'm gonna go to the other side, and I'm almost level, and I'm going to do the same thing. You see how that's turning? I'm actually right on. I'm level. So I'm completely level this way. If you know for sure you are on level ground, go ahead and put your level this way. I am pretty much level, so I don't have to do much this way, but you might have to adjust the arms. So if you take a wheelbarrow and you're holding onto a wheelbarrow, and if you fall to the left a little bit, you're not level. You have to lift it up on the left or lift it up on the right to make it level as you're pushing down or pushing the wheelbarrow. So now that we have this all set, we have the chokes, the tire chokes in place right now, because when you back your truck up, you don't want to go hard, but you want to go enough for this 2-inch receiver to go into a 3-inch square, and you want to make sure that it goes in, you know, enough pressure to, you don't have to pull too much. So now that we have this level and this level, let's go ahead and connect the stinger to the Hensley hitch. Well, see how it goes like that? So if my truck is that way more, I'm able to push this that way. If my truck is on this way more, this side more, which it is a little bit, I'm not going to reposition my truck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this way, because you have these 2 white squares that should match up. If I wanted to, I could pull up my truck, back it up, pull it up again, back it up. But instead, I have this option, which I'm pulling it this way. You see how I'm trying to make this to go inside there. So we're gonna lower it a little bit, and that should be good. Watch how I back this up. Look how nice and easy it will be. All right, here we go. So, that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these clips off and place them right here. What you'll notice is I have a tool that the Hensley gives you. I backed up the vehicle. It's inside the stinger. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the arms. We'll put them on like that. If it's too loose, it shouldn't be too loose, but it shouldn't be too hard enough for you to, you know, stretch it. So we're gonna go ahead and try this. To me, that's too loose. I'm going to turn it once, and I think that's a little better. So I'm gonna do this side real quick. That's a little too much. So I'm turning the knobs, as you can see, to make it looser. Oh yeah, and that was perfect. The clips, they need to go in. You'll see this little insert that goes on the outside. See that little, it's like a number 7. This little edge goes on the outside, and you'll clip it in like that. See, if you do it the other way, it won't hold in. So you have to make sure that the clip goes all the way down and around. Just like that. So the level is what made me bring this in so nice and easy. Level it this way. I get one with a magnet on it, and I always clean it so it sticks. And believe it or not, I left this on here on a 3-hour drive. Guess what? It was there when I backed up, and I'm like, so don't ever do that. I love how we can all make mistakes and learn by them. But anyways, so this level helped me out a lot here. It's level here, and it's level there. You can see it. Level, level. Good. I will put this away along with my wrench, or let's hook up the wire. And I always make sure it's connected. We're good. You see how long that is and how it hangs just like that? Well, normally I'll disconnect it and I'll wrap it around once like that, and then I will connect it that way. So I'll connect my, I'll connect my chains. Before you release the stand off of your support here, off of your block, you'll use your drill because you want to tighten up your bars, okay? I have my drill here. So watch what happens to this as I screw it in with the drill. take your drill, put it on, and you're gonna screw it in, or you could use their tool that they give you, but their tool takes a little too long. So I'm gonna place that tool down and watch this. Once I feel a little bit of pressure going on top of the vehicle, I'm gonna go to the other side. And you could hear that. And I'm gonna go to this side. We're gonna finish it off. Now we can go ahead and lift it up because all the bars are tight and they're on the Hensley hitch. The Hensley hitch is now working. So you have to remove this bottom leg. So what will happen if you do not remove this, it'll interfere with this bar right here. So make sure you remove this and don't lose it. Now that we're all set with this, lift this as high as you can go. Usually it'll stop it, but don't go too high because you'll ruin the motor after doing it so many times. So we are all set. We'll put everything in our 5-gallon bucket that we have, that we used. Put everything in our 5-gallon bucket that we used to cover. Everything is in here. I'll put this in the back of our truck. So now that we have everything secured, there's just one more thing to do. Normal setup, you'll remove these, you'll remove those chokes on either side, but definitely got to remove these before you take off. Well, now that I showed you how to hook the Hensley up, and I hope I did it slow enough for you to see that's how simple it was. It'll be just as easy to unhook it than it is to hook it up, and I'm going to show you how we unhook it. Well, same process as hooking it up, but the opposite. We're going in reverse now. After you back up your rig to where you want it and leveled, oh boy, we got to a site and we unhooked the Hensley because my truck was in the middle of the street. So we hurried up and unhooked the truck, pulled the truck out, and 3 of us, Richie, Sandy, and myself, looked at each other and said, did we level the rig? That was the first time ever that we did not level the rig. But guess what? The pad was completely level. I wasn't worried about this way. It was more this way because the tires have to roll on the Andersons that we use. So that we got lucky. So try to level your rig before disconnecting this. I like to use a big block. This way I don't have to lower the rig, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You need to go lower. So put our pin in it. So now that we got the leg back on, or the boot, or whatever you want to call that piece, we're going to go ahead and take the weight off of the truck. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our drill and we're going to release the pressure off the weight distribution bars. And you'll notice the truck going back and forth. See how that's like a wheelbarrow? And you're going to do this sloppy, or make them sloppy. There we go. And I usually do it like that. Do the other side here. So now the pressure's off. These are sloppy. We're going to go ahead and remove the electrical. The chokes we did not remove between the tires because we're just showing you how to hook up and detach. So we do want to get our wrench, which is in my little handy 5-gallon bucket. Don't lose your clips. Put them right there. Take your wrench. Now be careful when you're pulling it back because the back of your hand can hit this orange bar, this orange Hensley part here. So what I like to do is just like put my leg here and be careful that, or make it so my hand doesn't get snapped back. And that's it. See how my leg stopped it? And we'll leave that just like. And in case something happens and it rolls back or something, which it should not because you're gonna have your chokes in and everything, my chains are still on, but it's just my preference. So I'm going to go ahead and take the wrench and use this one, take this one off as well. See how my knee and elbow, this way it's not going boom into this, I'm stopping right here. So we have these detached and put the clips back. This way we don't lose these clips. Even though the Hensley gives you parts and miscellaneous, you never want to go into that bag unless you need it. Now I'm going to unhook the chains. I'm going to pull this out. I want you to see how it is to pull this out. It's always nice when you can detach the stinger from the Hensley and it comes out like so easy and you don't hear a thump. That's because I kind of knew where I was, and since I do this here at this location all the time, I kind of knew how high. The best thing to do is measure before detaching, and this way when you are ready to attach, you can measure again and go to the same height. Pretty good. So I'm gonna put my boot on, tie that up a little bit. I'll put my 5-gallon bucket here. Take my chains, hook my chains up. I'm gonna take my orange cover. When we are camping and we go out and about for a few hours, the stinger's always on. Well, I bumped into somebody at an RV park where he said, hey, you might want to put a lock on that. Yes, I do have a lock. Instead of this pin, I have a lock. I just wanted to show you. This way it was easy for me and I didn't have to get a key and all that. But I do take it off as well, because when people walk by in a parking lot and they hit their knee on this, who knows what's going to happen these days. So I like just to take it off and leave it right under my RV. I have an installation video of how to install the Hensley, if that will help out. But I want to make a note that every time we pull the stinger in and out, we grease this. We grease the inside and we grease the outside, because you don't want it to stick. Now I grease it once or twice and it's good for like 3-4 trips, but you might want to grease it a little bit more if you need to, or a little less. And by the way, the Hensley hitch weighs 198 pounds. And sometimes I feel that this weighs 198 pounds. Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. Thank you for walking through step by step with this Hensley hitch. I hope it was helpful to you. Please give me a thumbs up. Until our next video, we will catch you later. Thanks again. Oh man, it's scratching. Oh man, you see that scratching? Oh well, it's paint. Good morning everybody, Angelo from the T Squad family. It may not be morning, it may be afternoon or evening, so whatever it is, good to you, I guess. Good day to you. Subscribe, please do so by hitting the subscribe button. Go a step further, hit that bell, and you will get notified for videos like this. If you know us, we travel with our RV, our Grand Design Reflection 312 BHTS, and we also do videos like this. I've been getting a lot of requests on what the Hensley looks like as you're driving down the road. Well, I never ended up posting a video on that, but as far as the specifics, I've been getting a lot of emails on why the Hensley does what it does. I cannot answer that. I am not an engineer, but I can leave a link in the description below from Terry from the Hensley Hitch company, which explained everything to me, and it just makes all sense in the world. So, and if you know me, I love my Hensley Hitch. I talk highly of it, and only because I had an incident when I was using my distribution bars and whatever those, the ones we had before this, and Sandy and I were driving on the road and a gust of wind pushed us. I'll tell you what, I'm still trying to figure out how I got my fingers off of the steering wheel because they were so clenched in there. It did scare us, so we ended up upgrading to a Hensley Hitch, which I love. I do get a lot of emails like, hey, why the waste of money? It's too expensive. You know, this is all preference, so you may not like it. I enjoy it, but there's a lot of people who really want to avoid a sway. And then you have those subscribers that have been riding a trailer their entire life, so they have that experience of not speeding, you know, slowing down when they need to. I am. So I hope this video helps you. Like I said, it's just a simple video of how we travel with our RV with the Hensley and the view of it. And I'll probably drive 2-3 miles and stop right there. So check this out, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Well, there you have it, guys. We just took it for a few miles, not bad at all, but worked out pretty good. I hope you enjoyed watching the Hensley Hitch turn left, turn right, and how it just maintains its sway, I guess you would call it. But hey, thanks for watching it. I know it was a short video, but I do want to remind you that we do have other videos out there. We are traveling, and we stop at different campsites, and we do have tutorial videos. So check all those out if you can, and please give me a thumbs up. And if you could, if you watched our other videos, go back and give us a thumbs up on those as well. I keep forgetting to say, give me a thumbs up. I always say, please subscribe and hit that bell. Yes. So this time I'm saying, please subscribe, hit that bell, and give me a thumbs up. So hey, check out our other videos right here, and I hope you have a great weekend and a great camping season, and we will talk to y'all soon. Hey everybody, Angelo from the T-Squad family. You know, I've done Hensley videos in the past, and I got quite a few emails that say, yeah, but you've never, and the hooking up and how easy it is. And I got a few emails, not quite a few, but a few emails that said, hey, you have not showed us a video of how it is to hook up when your truck or your RV is at an angle. Well, this is a perfect location for me to show this video of how I hook up my Hensley. And Richie, if you want to just turn around and show them the hill that you're on right now. So literally, when we backed up, the back of the RV was this far off the ground. So that tells you what a slope on the hill that we are when it comes to backing it up. So right now we're going to show you how I do it when the vehicle is at an angle like this. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wheelbarrow arms and I'm going to lift up this receiver even with the stinger that's coming down at an angle. So if that makes sense, here's the stinger, the Hensley's like this, I'm going to lift it up so they both are even. And we're going to show you that right now. So if you have not subscribed, do that right now and hit that like button and let's get going. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm going to loosen these up the best that I can. Well, okay, that one's good, flimsy, it's good. That's good. Now meanwhile, Sandy is going to be driving the truck and backing it up for me. So you can see this Hensley as she's backing it up, how it's like straight. Now watch what happens when she backs it up. I'll put the stinger on as soon as she backs up and we'll be able to tell how bad the slope is. And the reason I put the stinger on so she can determine from the camera where the receiver is. So we're good with the receiver, we're good with the stinger, we're good. Okay, let's go, back it up. That's good. Now, if you look at the truck, what an angle it is. Richie, if you could just point that way and just check out that truck, how it's on a hill, right? So as you can see, the stinger is down at an angle like this. Yes, we are high. So the goal is to make sure your stabilizers are up and lower your RV. I keep the electrical plugged in. This way I'm not killing my battery to the RV. You can see how much torque and power that the electrical has. Now, if she backs up, we're gonna have a problem. And I'll show you right now. Hey Sandy, can you back up? Back up a little. Now watch this, as she backs up, it's not gonna be even. Boom, it will not go in. Now pull forward, please. Yep, there you go. So I know the height is the right way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to adjust my arms to make this like up a little bit like that. So I'm gonna lower it a little bit more. I'm gonna raise my arms. Stay right there, Richie, you can see it raising. That's going This is going down. I want to go up. You see how up it went? Now we should be good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it this way. Okay, now, Sandy, back up. And I'm going to lower the RV. Now this whole Hensley is up like this. Hold on. Yep, keep going. Now watch how nice it goes right in. Because I raised the Hensley hitch up. Go ahead. Back up. Watch how nice it goes in. Okay, pull forward a little. Just a little bit, my bad. Okay, back up. Perfect. So watch how I bring the Hensley to the vehicle. My beautiful tool that I lost at Myrtle, that I bought 2 of them. I'm gonna unclip it. I'm going to take my arms. They may be called something different, and I'm gonna pull the RV. You see how I pull? Just a little bit, not much. I'm not even using that much pressure. See what I mean? Look. Okay, so as long as I pulled it, now I'm gonna back off on it. There's the one. I'm gonna go to this side. I'm gonna show you on this side. Now this side should be easier because, now this may seem like a basic installation or hookup, but Richie, I want you to go on that side and show everybody the pitch of the truck and the Hensley and everything. So you can see the Hensley is literally raising up like that. And the truck is, I don't know, it's high, okay, in the front. So if you're sitting in that front seat, you're literally like this. It may not look like it in camera, but usually I don't even have to mess with that because we're always on flat surface because there's enough room for the truck to be flat. But since this is a hill, we had to take the Hensley clockwise. When you go clockwise, the Hensley goes up. Counterclockwise, either way, the Hensley goes like this or like this when you counterclockwise. But since we are using the arms like a wheelbarrow, if you go like this, that side's gonna lift. If you go like this, this side's gonna lift. So you you clockwise down, and what happens? It goes up at an angle. The stinger's down like this, and the Hensley's up like this, and you'll be able to go right in like that. I just wanted to show you a brief video on this. I know it's really short, but I've been getting a lot of emails on everybody that says, hey, well, what happens when you're on a hill? This is exactly what you want to do when you're on a hill, is always position your Hensley. It doesn't matter how steep you are. Sometimes we had to take our RV and lower it to the lowest part, as low as it would go, because we were so high like that. I never got a video on that, but this is probably the worst it's gonna be for us for a while, right? So hey, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. That's all we gotta do is lift up the lift, pop out the foot, put it away, make sure all of our stabilizers are off. We're good to go. Thanks for watching. I got a little dirty. It's okay. It's for you guys. Take it easy, guys. Hey everybody, Angelo from the T-Squad family, T-Squad RVing. Welcome to our channel. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to do a little bit of tutorial and maintenance on the Hensley hitch. I will walk you through with what I do, and stay tuned and here we go. All right, everyone, if you have not subscribed, please do so by hitting that subscribe button and go a step further and hit that bell, and you will be notified for future videos like this. So here we are in North Carolina. We have been here for about 2 months, and we checked out of our 6-week campground where we were staying so we can close on our house. And after closing, we parked our RV at a RV storage facility, and we're able to come here and do some things, maintenance, clean the RV, make sure everything's all set for our next camping trip. Okay, so we purchased our Hensley Hitch a few years ago. Check that video out of the installation right here, and it'll tell you how we installed our Hensley Hitch. We actually did it twice. The second time was a breeze, but check that video out right here, and that'll walk you through the step-by-step. Also, we have a video on hitching and unhitching, and you can also check that video right here. And I also will put the links in the description below. I don't think we've ever done maintenance to this Hensley except tighten the bolts under it that you have to do the torque every 200-300 miles. I think we even went 400 at one time, which is not recommended. So I don't think we've ever done maintenance to this Hensley, so it is a well overdue maintenance that we are going to be doing to it. It may be a light maintenance to some, it may be even heavy duty to others. So but with this Hensley, we went all the way in Michigan, all the way to the UP, all the way wrapped around Michigan. I would say at least 5,000 miles, and then all the way down to North Carolina. So it is definitely due, and before this season begins for us, we are going to do the maintenance. We have a 4-state trip coming up. We are heading to Tennessee. Then from Tennessee, we're heading to South Carolina. From South Carolina, we are heading back to North Carolina. From North Carolina, we're heading to Kentucky, then up north to Michigan, where we will end our long multi-state trip. So I do want to call out on a few channels here, and you know, I was going to do a video on the pressure on your tires, on your RV tires, but I gotta tell you, you can't go wrong. Check out Chris's video from Why Wait. He goes over the exact pressure your tires should be. I think it's mainly fifth wheels. It might be referring to other RVs as well, but check his video out. I'll put that link in the description below, but check Chris out from Why Wait. He is very detailed about the pressure on the tires on the RV. So I won't go over the pressure on the tires, and we'll just leave that up to Chris from Why Wait. Also, if you want to laugh and smile and have a great day, check out Alvin from Max Your Journey. What a wonderful dad. Great videos comes out of his channel, and it just makes you smile. And sometimes he goes over his part of his RV and things to do on RVs as well. So both of those channels are wonderful. I would suggest you check them out, and I'll also put the link in the description below. So you got Chris and then Alvin as well. So check those out. All right, so we are going to begin by taking off the cover. And you notice my wonderful level that I always keep here, because remember, if you go over my videos, my Hensley videos of how to attach and detach, this level is very important on the process of attaching the Hensley to your vehicle, how it should be, level this way, and it also depends on the slope that you're at as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin by taking this lock off, and I always recommend that you lock your Hensley. Listen, anybody could snap this up, drop it, pull these pins out, and remove this Hensley, which is very expensive, and then you just lost the Hensley. So I always make sure, at least this could slow people down of taking it. So let's remove that lock. One thing I do is I always keep all my keys, anything to do with my RV, I keep a spare. I keep all of them on one keychain, and Sandy keeps a whole nother spare with her at all times, because you never know if you're gonna lose yours, and at least she has hers with her. So let's go ahead and unlock this. So I'm going to make sure that all my cables are still good and they're not corroded. That's the number one thing I'll check. And if you notice that Hensley gives you an extension that you're gonna need to attach to your truck, because the Grand Design, or I don't know what kind of rig you're carrying, but most likely it's not going to reach, and I did not put the extension on one time, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna just try it. Well, I ripped out my receiver outlet out of my truck. It wasn't bad, I just had to snap it back in, but that's the whole point of Hensley giving you this extension to use. All right, so what we're gonna do first is, second I should say, so we have to remove this pin right here. Well, it is so tight that you are not gonna be able to get it removed unless you unscrew this. So we are going to unscrew this one, unscrew that one. We are going to loosen up the tension that goes here and here. We're gonna pop these pins out because we need to do something very important to this Hensley hitch. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, I've always said to remove these because it's so much easier to work when the propane cover is off. So I'm going to untighten this. And usually after a couple turns you're able to untighten it by hand. And you see how loose that is? So once I loosen the tension here, you'll see how loose that Hensley, the tension bar is. So we'll leave that one. Now let's walk on to this side right here. And I'm going to do the same, basically. Ooh, this one's already. So we're going to unscrew that one, and that one's loose as well. So we're gonna pop these pins out right here. You always wanna make sure you keep them close by so you don't lose them. Hensley does give you a bag of extra parts, but hopefully you never have to break into that bag. But I always carry the bag with me everywhere we go, just in case. So we unloosen the tension bar here. We're gonna leave this laying right there. We're going to pull this pin right there and knock that out right there, just like that. Replace this on this side right here. So now we are going to pop these pins out right here. You know, I told myself I was gonna wear gloves, and guess what? I did not. So we're gonna pop these pins out. We're gonna place it right here so we know where they are. Now, so this should be free. Okay, and let's go do the other side right now. Put that right there. We'll pop this pin out, and this should be free as well. And you'll see that this is just floating. Don't lose that. This is just floating, which it should be. And now, I don't like to remove these, but you see that right there? You have to grease that, and that's what we're going to do right now. Wow. Yep, they were removed. So now that these wonderful bars fell off, you'll notice that how much grease is on there. That's because we greased it pretty good. And you know what? We never hear the clicking, we never hear the rubbing, the grinding when we're towing and turning because we greased it so well. So make sure you grease these, and I'll show you what I do in a few minutes here. So I'm gonna remove and put these aside. Okay, so I put a 5-gallon bucket under here. You can do anything, but you can actually get some help. Since I'm by myself, I'm gonna put a 5-gallon bucket under there. So when I detach this, it automatically falls on the 5-gallon bucket. So if you notice, it just fell on the 5-gallon bucket. The Hensley is detached from the RV. Wow. We are going to move it out of the way here. Yep. So now that we removed the Hensley from the RV, this is why we are removing it. We are going to clean this up. We are going to clean those up, and we're going to re-grease them and just put plenty of grease, and we're going to clean the inside of here as well. Now's a good time to wear my gloves. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll end up cleaning this with a rag. I'll remove all the grime and all the old grease off of it, and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. We've been to Silver Creek, Michigan, and we were on the sand dunes, and even though the RV resort was like a mile from the sand dunes, we still saw sand in the roads. We still saw our vehicles like a dusting of dirt, which is the sand dirt, and anything gets in here. Even though you're driving on the road, the rain just splashes up in there. So that's why it's very important to clean this before you re-grease it. All right, so I'm gonna clean the inside of here real quick and clean these bars. And this is what I'm talking about, and I'll bring this closer to the camera. You could see all the grime and the dirt and all that. Well, that gets up in there, and that ends up, you know, removing the grease from there. So that's why it's very important to clean it nice before reinstalling your Hensley. Wow. I want to show you guys something. This is how good I greased it last time. Look how shiny that is still. That is an indication that you greased it very well the first time. Here's the other one right here. So now I'm going to get the correct size Allen wrench, and I'm going to remove the screw that's connecting the arms on both sides, and I'm going to clean that up a little bit, and I'm going to reinstall them real quick. All right, so I end up switching to a handheld Allen wrench because I needed the torque. So I'm not going to unscrew too much, just enough to remove this, because I don't want to lose my screw. And there it is right there. Look how greased that is. That's pretty good, but I'm going to remove this, set it aside. I'm going to actually bring it over here on my truck and clean it with everything else. Nice and clean. I'm also going to clean this side right here. Remove all the old grease. Time to just wipe it down, just to make sure that, you know, it's cleaner than you did it. This way you look like you did something. Look at that. Very nice. You can see the, you know, it's not bad. Always want to clean that. Don't lose these pins here. So I'm using this Hitch ball lubricant. I bought it on Amazon. It's waterproof. Let's open it. And it's actually white. Okay, so it's not really the black stuff that you've seen that I just wiped off. I like this clear stuff because it's not dirty, I guess. We're going to just dab a little bit all the way around it. No metal should be showing. Okay, I'll just go ahead and put it on and just wipe the rest off. Going to take our little knob here, just throw some, or a little, we're gonna throw some grease in there. We're going to install it like that. We're going to tighten it again. And make sure it's pushed all the way. So you push, push, and tighten. Just like that. And I can already tell, I can tell that it's easier. Wow. Okay, so this was actually, there's actually no grease at all here. And that really like bothers me because I did not maintain this the right way. I did not maintain it in a quick enough time like I should have maybe. So this right here has no grease. So we're gonna fix that, and this gives me another reason to do maintenance to the Hensley hitch more often. So when you're reinstalling the Allen wrench screw to attach this, there's a little hole in there, and I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. So if you look, when you install the screw, you want to make sure that screw goes inside that hole right there, because that stops it from popping out while you're driving. We're going to do that real quick. There we go. We are in that hole. and I know we are. And there we go. And we're just gonna tighten that. We clean this, the ball that gets permanently attached to the hitch. We're gonna grease this, put the Hensley back on the RV. All right, my favorite part. You get to put all this in here. Oh yes. This clear grease, look at that. So you want to make sure you get under, around, any color that you see like orange, just get a little bit under there too, just in case. Okay, so I put the hitch, the Hensley hitch in place. You will need help lifting this up. So I am going to get some help from my hydraulic lift to lift this up if you're by yourself. If I had Richie, it would not be a problem. We could just lift this up ourselves and I could click that and it would be done. So now I want to focus on that right there. Even though it's pinned, I'm going to remove it and just clean it up, get the dirt out, and grease it maybe a little bit. Yes, I'm actually going to just do one step at a time because I don't want to lose track where I am. So we're going to pull this pin out, and it doesn't look bad at all. So I'm going to leave it laying there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of grease on. Good. So we're going to just squeeze that thing in there. And we're going to put the pin back in. So this slides out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm always going to make sure I know how it goes back. So I'm going to do one at a time. So I'm going to place that there. I'm going to go ahead and clean the inside of here. Okay. Just remember, it goes like that because this has to get attached to the Hensley hitch. This goes over like this. And we're going to put it back inside. Just let it hang like that. We're going to do it on the other side right now. So this is how rusted it is, and that's what we're doing right now. We're wiping it away, and we're going to make sure we put enough grease on there so it doesn't have a chance to rust until the next maintenance. It's exactly what you want to do, like that. Just fill all the gaps in, all the threads with that grease. Gosh, I love this clear grease. Cool. So we'll put that back in. Okay, so we have everything in this section greased. I will get to what I do here. Usually I just spray some WD-40 and it falls down there. I mean, this I never had a problem with, but that's maybe the reason why, because I do spray some WD-40 down in there. And as you can see, it goes up and down. So maybe I'll throw some grease here just so it's easier. Okay, so basically we're gonna lift it and I'm just gonna clip it like that. Lift. Yep, this whole thing, watch your fingers. We're gonna, yeah, it's like slidey, so maybe you can like grab the arm here.
Oh,
perfect.
Okay, I got you, and just lock it down.
That's perfect right there. That's all I need.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate
you probably got more dirty here than you did over there.
No worries.
Hey, have a great day, man. Stay safe. Well, I will tell you one thing about North Carolina, and I'm not knocking any other state because I'm pretty sure you guys would help each other out too as well, but the gentleman here knew I needed help. He came over and he helped me install my Hensley, so I did not have to break out my hydraulic lift. Love North Carolina. So these grease knobs right there only are good when you need to grease your bar. Do you remember when I said both my bars were really greased and it didn't even scratch the paint? That means I grease these all the time, and that's what I meant by that. So instead of taking the whole bar out of here, you could just put grease inside here, and I use this grease gun. This grease gun actually greases a lot of things for us, so including my bearings around my tires and such as like that. So we are going to skip this process because I'm going to grease the arm bar, the bars that go in here. Hey guys, we just have a little bit more left. We are almost done here. I know this is probably a little longer than you thought, but I wanted to get into detail to make sure we do this correctly. Because I know how important it is to have a Hensley that works correctly. And if you don't do the maintenance to it, it is worthless because it's not going to work at 100% capacity. So just stick with me. Let's do this. We're almost done. I am just so excited that everything on this part is done, except I'm going to throw some WD-40 in here. And this is done thanks to the gentleman that helped me out over here at the storage unit. We are going to put our lock on because I do not want to forget that lock. So the Hensley, when you put the ball or the Hensley hitch on, it's called a permanent mounting because you never have to take it off as long as you're maintaining your Hensley correctly. All right, so I'll put my lock on here because I don't want to forget that. There, this is done. It took me quite a few times to get these bars on. So let's see, I will do this live and let's see if I can do this the first time. I'm gonna grease it first. Oh yeah. Clean the inside of here because I do not wanna, yep, any junk and any sand and any road grime in there. So I'm gonna clean that. There we go. So right now, I'm going to install this to get this back up. I'm gonna put the pins always facing in. Oh, good thing it clouded up a little. Oh, warm. There, that's one. This is good. Let's go ahead and install the next one over. Might have to do some tweaking, like turning the Hensley and all that to get it in the right order. So, all right, so that's in, we're set there. I'm gonna change my gloves again. Remember, these get clipped into this. That's in. So we're gonna put the clips here. I'm actually going to order another one of this right here because I'm almost at the end and I'm almost finished. So, but I always would like some, I don't know, to hold on to, just in case I need to take one off and I need to re-grease it. Let's get this installed. Go. Wow, I did it. You know, I will tell you, if you can have somebody help you do this, this would be so much easier. I'm by myself. Richie had school today, so he's finishing up with school, but I managed. I didn't get my fingers pinched, which is very important. But thank you for that guy that just came by and helped me put this on. I would have used my hydraulic, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did. So I don't think we need this anymore. So we're gonna pop this off and the Hensley should be already good enough. Take these greasy gloves off. Okay, so I have my torque wrench. I'm gonna set this to 45 foot-pounds. And that's the recommendation for your bolts that you're gonna have to tighten. So I have this set already and we're going to tighten it. All right, so we have an 11/16. I believe that's what it is. It fits pretty good, so we're gonna use it. And we'll tighten those up right there. There's two of them, two here and two here, and also on the other side as well. So make sure you tighten it proper pounds per foot, and you should be all set here. So these are those bags, the the bag parts that I was telling you about that you always want to keep with you. For a second there, I thought I was going to need a part that I lost, but I ended up finding it behind the propane line there. So, but always keep a toolkit with you, and always keep this in that toolkit. This way you always have it accessible if you need it. So I have a can of silicone lubricant, and what I like to use this can for is to spray inside our stinger area where the stinger goes in, and it just makes it so much easier to pull in and out of it. And what I'm going to do now is just put a little bit of spray on this and let it just seep down through the hole around that nut there, and just so it could just screw in a lot more easier. And then I'll just spray this a little bit, you know, nothing big, and then I'll just make sure it just gets down in there and up and down. But I'll do that on both sides, and that's that. Now come over here, and I will make sure I clean the inside of this as well. And I'll go ahead and spray in here. There we go. All nice and clean. So now that I'm all wiped down, I'll make sure that this is level, this is good. And what I want to do is I want to tighten down these, but I want to make sure that I tighten down symmetrical, like in the installation video, because we had to unscrew these to take all this off. So what we want to do is we want to make these as tight as we can, maybe a half a turn tight, but these screws from here to here should be symmetrical on both sides. So once they're tightened, hand tightened, you can see it's pushing the Hensley hitch that way. So I'm going to measure from that bolt to this. It's an 2 inch 1/8, and I'm going to do the same here, and we are almost spot on. We are almost spot on right there. I'm going to leave it on this. We're gonna clip it in. This way that's locked in, and we are good. Always make sure that I put this back in. And if you have a little bit of grease left over, which we do, I would put it on the remainder of these so it doesn't rust. All right, so I screwed it both sides, and I made it level this way and this way, and it is good. Now I want to make sure these are tightened again to make sure that once I leveled it, it didn't mess up the tension bars. Nope, worked out good. We are all done. So while I have you, I'm going to inspect it together. Good. We got the pin on this side. We got the pin here. We got the pin here. These are installed correctly. You can see all that clear grease. The lock is on. The pin is in here. The pin is right here, and the pin is in here, and this is also installed correctly. So pretty much we are done. Well guys, you guys don't need to be here while I'm cleaning up my mess and washing my hands. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for joining the T-Squad family. Once I always say it, and I always say welcome T-Squad, because you are part of the T-Squad family and you support our channel, and we really appreciate it. Once again, If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer them if you have any questions. Check out my friend's channel, Why Wait, Chris and Megan. A lot of good videos on their channel about RVing. And also check out to Max Your Journey, Alvin. Check him out, wonderful guy. Just so much fun through this RV community, and that's how it should be. But in the meantime, we will see y'all in the next video. Take it easy. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Richie and I are about to move our RV in one of the toughest spots that we have parked in our RV backup history. So we're going to do this. Hey, if you have not subscribed, please do so by hitting that subscribe button. Go a step further and hit that bell, and you will get notified for videos like this. Here it is. I'm at Lake Norman Motor Coach Resort, which has a lot of RV parking spots, but mostly they're moving into the tiny homes industry. Let's see here. So what my plan is here is going to hook up to our Hensley at about 80 degrees. It could be a little less or more. See how I'm able to move that this way? This is where the Hensley is really going to come in play here, because when I backed up this way. So now I'm able to turn. If you could see, there's not much room to pull out. And the reason I chose for today to pull out is because this gentleman is not here. So my idea is to pull the Hensley that way. So we're gonna come here, turn the Hensley. Richie, could you give me a hand here? Can you take this Hensley and turn it that way, please? Like this. Yep, like that. Just like that. So that'll give me the option of pulling my hitch this way, but I have to be careful, because when I do go this way, I have to be careful that I don't hit the corner fence over there. So I might go a little less and pull up this way. So, oh boy, let's do it. I loosened everything up. I leveled everything, and I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say level. So we're pretty close, okay, there. And we are, well, now that we turned it, so we're not too far off. We're not even an 1/8 of a 16th of an inch, so we're good there. All right, come on, let's do it. All right, so this is exciting. So Richie's gonna pull up over there, and we're gonna connect our stinger onto the back of the truck. Keep going, buddy. Keep going. Come on. Let me give you your stinger here. This way you know where you're at. You guys see me do this? You guys see me do this a lot. Okay, that was the sweetest thing ever. We did it. Look at that. Not only that you need a partner to get you out, but it's very important that you have a partner that has a two-way or a phone. We used the phone this time because our batteries were dead because we didn't charge them. So that's it from our side. Now we will be going to our next location. Stick around, and I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video. Angelo from T-Squad RVing. Today I am doing a video on my Hensley unedited version of hooking up, right? Because we're hooking up to go. We just closed everything off. She closed everything off. So I'm going to do an unedited version of hooking up my Hensley. And I actually have an audience. If you want to turn, you could turn the Lexi and just take a snapshot of the Kannapolis Cannonballers over there.
Oh yeah, you got Cannonballers.
So the reason I am doing this video is I had a few emails and a few comments in my section below that I edited my video to make it look easier to connect the Hensley to the truck. Well, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy hooking up the first time. Right. It took us, what, a lot.
A whole season.
To get where we are today, how easy it is. So before we begin, are you eating an apple on my...
Yeah, this is an apple.
Before we begin, Sandy, I'm going to ask you to do one favor for me, okay? I'm going to ask you to adjust these for me.
Wait, I don't do those.
Oh, get out. Okay.
That's not my job.
Say, go close up the kitchen. Who wants to help me real quick? Come here, Christian. Come here. You want to follow me, Richie? Unedited version of how to hook up the Hensley, okay? Before we begin, I just want to make sure everybody understands that this right here is not in a form of me. I didn't put it anywhere where it's going to be easy for me to hook up. So I'm going to have Christian take the drill. We use this drill with this little bit to adjust the arms of the Hensley hitch. You see how that's going up and down right here? Look, Richie. I want you to remember this. Okay, Christian, go ahead and play with this back and forth. Up, down, you can, and I want you to adjust both sides. So wherever you want it, I'll let you do it. Jump to the other side. Just play with it a little bit. Okay, come on this side. Unedited. We're not touching anything. Okay. Let me know when you're done. You done? Yeah. Okay. Number one tool, this magnet level. Put it here. You'll see that it's almost level. I can adjust it to make it level. If you can adjust it by hand, then that means you're good to go in. Now, you'll notice the arm is forward. That's because in case you want to turn it to go 82 degrees, okay? So in this case, we're going to make sure the two dots are lined up. I'm level here. I'm going to be, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I'm level here. Just because I'm level here doesn't mean the truck is level when we back up. So let's do this, okay? First is first. I'm going to back up the truck, then I'll put the stinger in. So if you want to back up and make sure that I didn't edit this video. All right, close that door, please.
Yeah, they are.
All right, so the truck is
The stabilizers need to be up.
What?
Stabilizers need to be up.
Oh,
Mom's
let's
doing
raise
it.
the stabilizers real quick. I don't want to stop this video. I don't want to stop this video. You got him? Huh? I know it's not Sandy's job. So we're going to raise the stabilizers. We forgot to do this before we started the video. Okay, now come over here. We're gonna go ahead and pull the pin. Don't do what I just did and keep everything on it. So we're gonna put the stinger in. So we have our stinger in this position right here. Okay, so this way it drops down. We're gonna put it in. Oh, my bad. See? I'm so glad we're doing it on edited version. Put it in. I know where it needs to go because there's a rust mark that indicates where I need to be. Okay, the pin is in. Ouch. We're good. We're gonna take this and back it up right into the stinger. But before we do that, I'm gonna back up to right about here to know where I need to lift my stinger up, or my hitch. Okay, I know I am positioned a little off. Okay, I'm actually over here versus if you see the two dotted lines, see how off I am? But it's okay. This is why it's gonna be okay. Because this Hensley is made to go back and forth. So this is proof that it works, not on the lines that have to be. I will actually put it right there. Now, I don't like the position of it. It's leaning too far that way. Can I have my drill, Christian? So I'm gonna take my drill and I'm gonna adjust the arms. This is where experience, and see how it's going down? Right there? I want it to go up because I know that it's not level. Right there. I can tell you right there it's level. Okay? Watch what I'm gonna do now. All right, RV's going down. Hey, this could be either a good way that it's gonna go good, or I might have to go in and out. Before you put your stinger in, I like to grease it, okay? But I'm not gonna do that right now. Now, I already know that that's gonna fit right in there. Watch this. I'm gonna run and get my tool. Remember this in Myrtle? I lost it. So I can tell you right now, it ain't gonna work. So I'm gonna raise it a little bit. As I raise it, you can see that it's already given me enough room to move that Hensley back and forth. This is where it comes in that I edited the video. I'm gonna take this, put that here, put that there. I'm gonna come on your side because I think I'm gonna have to adjust the, oh, unedited. Did you see what happened there? Okay, you see what happened there? It went in. It's good. Watch this. Done. Pull my clip. Oh yeah, it pulls itself in. This is where somebody made a comment and said, oh, you edited. There's that. I'm gonna put this clip in. Okay? Do not put your tool here, put it back where you got it. I'm done with that tool. Now, what I'll do is I will take the pressure off of the Hensley with the distribution bar, the weight distribution bars. So I like to just screw it all the way up. Sometimes your drill is not powerful enough. That's when you'll have to use your tool. I don't need to, it went good. Hook up my power. Chains. Good, good. And some people should remember to always put this on, no matter what. Checklist. This is the emergency brake in case this falls off. Put my brake. Good. This is what I like now. Now we can take it off. The arms are tight. Yesterday I made sure these arms were good. It is off. We are good. Sandy, was that pretty easy? Richie, don't worry about the spider. Was that pretty easy, Sandy?
Yes, babe. That was
Good.
like easier than ever.
Okay. There you have it. It's a June bug. It's
No,
okay.
it's not a June bug. It's got dots. What is that?
Okay, come here so the way thinks I'm editing.
Oh, dude, that was.
We are good. I'm going to take this leg off. I won't keep you anymore. Babe, you want to close out this video with me?
Wow, I have to say that was
All right,
like.
so I am sweating a little.
You do all this all by yourself typically, but yeah, I mean it's really that easy. We've mastered it, and it's really
did.
it's all about using your level and following the steps.
Following the steps. Now, I always have Richie, who's recording this, always come behind me and double check everything, because he makes sure that I crossed my T's and dotted my I's. There you go. Hensley, unedited version of me hooking up my RV to my truck. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, check us out in all our other videos. There's videos on my Hensley how to install them. There's a video on how to back up, like I just did. This is actually a recreation of that. And we are on our way to St. Augustine, Florida. Enjoy your trip.
Thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. We'll see you guys in the next video.